session, please click the raise hand button. And if you are present, send present here in public chat. Let me see who are present. So we're a total of 19 people in this meeting. How many are you in total in this class? Ila tanan?
20.
20? Okay, so locking one. May I know who is absent? Class middle. Who is not online? Okay, Nor and Decipher. Okay, sorry. Including myself, so we should be a total of 21 people in this meeting. All right. So let's start now. For me to know what lesson will I be presenting for this afternoon, or just for me to verify if I have here the correct presentation. Anyone here from the class who can help me remember what did we do last meeting, or what was our discussion all about? Anyone? Anyone? Isa, what can you remember from our lesson last meeting? What was our lesson all about? Yes, Miles. Do you know the answer?
Gerunds, participles, and verbal.
Gerunds, participles, and the last one is, oh yeah, gerunds, participles, locking one,
Infinitives.
Infinitives.
infinitives. Very good. Thank you, Miles, and thank you for helping Marinel. So in short, yes, Kate, you're correct. Last meeting we discussed about verbals. We have learned that verbals are verbs in form or verb in forms, but they function differently in sentences, such as adjective, such as a noun. What else? Such as pwede ba siya adverb? And so on. So verbals again refers to gerunds, participles, and or yeah, the kinds are gerunds, participles, and infinitives. And gerunds and infinitives have numerous roles that they can play in a sentence, but participles act as an adjective only. So yes, I assume that all of you here have understood already the lesson about verbal. So now I hope we are ready to have this new lesson. And if you may have checked the timetable, what is our lesson for this meeting? Since we're done already with verbals, what is our lesson? I think this is in relation to or in continuation to the task given to you by teacher Karen last week when I wasn't able to meet the class. Teacher Karen gave you a reading activity. Can someone who can tell me what is the title of that literary selection asked for you to read? Anyone?
Gift of Magi.
The Gift of the Magi. Again, The Gift of the Magi. Thank you, Miles. Um, by the way, I can only see three people. Kindly open your cameras. Those people who are not turning their cameras on, I will not mark you as present. Okay? If wala na on the camera for the rest of the meeting, you will not be marked as present. Okay, thank you, Sophia, for turning your camera on. Also, Katie. Calling Jade, Pauline, Gab, Aliana, Judy, Marinel. Marinel just turned off her cam, but always not siya on cam. Ian, also, Angel, Mar, Janessa, please open your cameras so that I can see you and so your classmates will see you as well. So, yeah, time check, it's already 2:06 p.m. We need now to start. Question, are you done reading the story? No, honest. Oh, honest kasi Marinel. I saw that. No? How about the rest? Jade, have you read the story? Have you read The Gift of the Magi? Honestly, what did you do during the period given for you to read? Ikaw, Kate, have you read the story? Wow, oh, a round of applause for Kate. Gayahin si Kate. Sana all. How about you, Sophia? Have you read the story? No. How about you, Von Vista? Von?
Wala,
Gab,
sure.
have you read
Absent
it?
ko ato, sure.
Absent si Von. Gab, how about you? Have you read the story?
Yes, sir,
Oh
bro.
my gosh. Pero,
Nalimutan na no, like, hindi kayo
okay,
memorize ako
nalimutan lang.
talaga.
So, for this session, we will be recalling what you have read. Um, Judy, have you read the story, Judy? Slight lang. Okay, sige, sige. Let's start now. So, allow me to present this presentation or this PowerPoint so we can um, meet or get some or know some facts about the author of The Gift of the Magi. So The Gift of the Magi is written by O. Henry, and for the information of everyone, O. Henry is just a pen name of William Porter. So again, what is a pen name? It's like a screen name. So let's say, for example, there are a lot of actors and actresses, diba, who are known for such names, but in real life, in reality, these are not their names. So same goes also with um, writers. If you are planning to become a writer, you can have or you can choose your own pen name. So O. Henry is William Sidney Porter, originally, yeah, William Porter. So he is an American man, and he romanticized the ordinary life of the American or of the people in New York City. Or like, ang focus sa iyahang stories are mostly focusing on the commoners. And his stories express the effect of coincidence on character through humor, grim or irony, and often most of often or mostly most of his works have this surprising endings, and you will find that out later. You will be able to um, read one of his exceptional written works, and again, this surprising endings, this humor, this grim and irony are just some of the devices of eco literary works. So that's a device of his own written work that make him remarkable as a writer. So now let's read. I think all of you here were asked to read that one last week. So I am assuming that all of you have read that one since that was um, an assignment reading. So this time there's no more free time given to be given to you for you to read. We will have na our retelling of the story by answering the question. So having read that story, let's retell it by answering the questions. But we will have it in form or through breakout session. So here are the guide questions needed for you to discuss with your group members. First question is, how did the major characters want to celebrate their Christmas? Again, how did the major characters want to celebrate their Christmas? As I have um, introduced this lesson or this title of this literary selection during our how do we call it, subject orientation for the third quarter. I told you, Divana, it should have been best if we were able to discuss this one before Christmas um, season, because it's more fit to have this um, to read this one during a Christmas season. So, kato siya, but still, I hope we will still be able to learn a lot from this, even if mananang Christmas. So, second question, how much were they attached to each other? Or in other words, how much do they love each other? Or the couple being referred to in the story. So how much do they really love each other? Third, why did they sell their beautiful, valuable things or their most valued possessions? And then lastly, what is the moral of the story? In other words, what is the lesson that you can gain out from the story? So you will be given 7 minutes for you to discuss with your group members. And then after 7 minutes, we will be having our oral recitation. You will be sharing to the class whatever you have shared with your group members. Any questions or clarifications from the questions posted here? Any question that is not clear to the class? None? If there are no more questions, please say no question. You have no questions or none so far.
None so far.
Okay. So let's start now. You will be given again 7 minutes to discuss with your group members. Please accept the room invitations.
Kinsay nagpasa.
Kana mo insakto nga pangutana kinsay nagbasa.
Mo jud. Who read? Ni nakabasa sa to? Kate, di ba nakabasa si Kate? Ay, ala! Oh my God! Savior na to si Kate at si Ira. Wala, paano na yan? Cheerleader lang kami dito. Sige, mag-ano na nanta. Mag-discuss ka. Bala gamera to oras. Ito man eh. Number one is, ano yun? Saan na yun? Ay, ito isang marianing story. Like, wag ko yan ah. Saan ni Page? Saan ni Page? Saan ni Page? James, ano, how did the major characters want to celebrate their Christmas? But how much were they attached to each other? But why did they sell their beautiful, wait, naku, yes. Their beautiful, valuable things? But Timur, but by giving, oh my God, yes, congratulations, Era. Yeah. 3:30? Sana yan? Eh, ah, pobre sila? Are they poor? I can see,
Yes.
I can see calculations, ani. So, poor sila. Shoota, ang haba. Ano na yan? Okay, so poor sila. Ilang number, number to how much were they attached to each other? Like, what's the meaning on that question? Is that supposed to, ano? Number 3, sell. Ah, problem sila. More, 2 is, anong 2? Hindi ko sabi ko question.
Wait lang. Sorry, abi na ako off akong mic.
Hindi question guys. Saan na yun? Basta ang moral kay murag maano naman in general kay hindi sacrifice nila ilahang little things para lang makaganon. Ay, kaya ano na, kaya mabali-bali rin na itong storya. Kasi ganito, how much were they attached to each other in the story? How much do they love each other? Very much. Siguro. Siguro, no? Balik ko ba? Hindi naman magbaka. So, kung pangutan ba, well, good luck. Ampuan ka mo. Di mo sure kung maririnig ni Lord kasi hindi na makataga doon. Anak, wait. Meow. Wala na lang kami next. Ay, te.
Dahil sa unsa day ang duha ka characters day? Unsa na sila? Igsuon mag-uyab.
Mag-asawa siguro. Mag-asawa ba? Right? Young couple. Oh, they're young. I thought they old. So basically, they're poor, and then they love each other very much. So for the Christmas, they sell their valuable things to buy each other gifts. Ang moral sa story kay gagunsa ka, pobre, kung mahal mo talaga, oh my God, kung mahal mo talaga, gagawin mo lahat. Like, you sacrifice everything. Ganon bitaw. Masay? Marna, siguro. Ganon to. Enough to give up. Yes. Say thank you to Ira. Oh my God. Oh my God. Love breath kisikit. So, ambag ako dito kay masaba-saba. Basta, yun. Kung tawagon mo, ay, well, kaya niyo na yan. Malagyan na kayo.
Hello, class. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you were able to discuss the four questions with your group members. Now it's time for us to share whatever we have shared with our group members. So the first question here is, how did the major characters want to celebrate their Christmas? May I ask Ira? Ira, what are the answers of your group members, or as a group, what is your answer? How did the major characters want to celebrate their Christmas? Ira?
They want to celebrate their Christmas by giving gifts to one another.
By giving gifts to one another. That's very good. But let us know who are the characters, who are the major characters in the story. I think there are only two. Anyone who can answer? Let's ask Angel. Do you know who are the two major characters in the story?
Uh, Jim and Della.
Yes, correct. Jim and Della. So the story opens with this young couple, um, namely Jim and Della. And the struggle or the conflict presented in the story is that they wanted to celebrate Christmas uh, with gifts for each other. However, they don't have excess money for them to buy each other some gifts. Diba? Am I correct? So let's answer the second question. How much were they attached to each other in the story? Or to make it more comprehensible, how much do they love each other? And how do you see their love for each other? Anyone? Let's ask Aliana. Aliana?
Yes, sure. Uh, they loved each other so much that they sacrificed their most treasured possessions so that the other can fully enjoy his or her gift.
Very good. They love each other that much that they were really willing uh, give up their most treasured possessions in exchange to have something to give to their partners. Yes, that's it. Now let's have the third question. The third question: why did they sell their beautiful, valuable things? I think that was already answered. They sold their most treasured possessions in order for the two of them to have something to give for their loved one. And then let's have the last question. What is the moral of the story? Let me ask everyone for this question. Kindly drop your messages here in the public chat, or drop your answers here in the public chat. What do you think is the golden lesson in the story? Kindly start sending now. I'll be counting up to 25, and I'll be reading all of your answers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Mag-type? Ma-pressure mo sa tag-type? Sure? Sige, I will not count na lang. Start typing your answers and I will be reading all of your answers. So what is again the moral of the story? Okay, so we now have one answer from Ira. Selflessness and love are the greatest gifts of all. From Miles, the moral lesson of the story or the moral of the story. Okay, it's redundant naman to say moral and then lesson. Okay, moral is somehow a synonym of lesson. So the moral of the story is that Christmas should be celebrated by valuing the spirit of sacrifice to create affection and joy to other people. Very well said. From Jade, people who truly love each other are willing to sacrifice anything, whether possession of something or time for themselves, for the sake of happiness, sorry, for their partner. Next from Pauline, material things are temporary, but our love for our loved ones is eternal. From Lawrence, for nature, I think the moral of the story is that the most valuable gifts come from the acts of love, no matter how cheap or expensive it is. From Kindy, the spirit of sacrifice for one another creates feelings of respect and affection. How about the others? Let's read the answers of Bon, Angel, Marinel. Please write your answers now. Jade, Ariola, Aliana, please start sending your answers. Also, Kate, Giyang, Janessa, Judy, Gab, Sophia, Isa, please send your answers now. Jade is done already. Love is sacrifice. Nah, I need more. Love is sacrifice. Ganun.
Taas ng
From
K-type, Churay.
Gab. True love is when you're willing to do everything to a loved one. Okay, since kapuyan daw si Marinal, Marinal, you can just share to the class your realization using your microphones.
Ay, OMG,
Go.
wag.
Go. What is your realization from that piece? By the way, I forgot to ask the class, what was the irony in the story? Unsa ang naka-ironic sa story? Eh, di ba? O. Henry as a writer is known for writing humorous, surprising endings in um, ironic stories or short stories. So, in which particular part of the story can you say that irony is really utilized as a device in the story? Okay, anyone? Which part? Asang irony sa story? Or the twist or the surprising ending, the surprising part? Okay, I'll go back to the question now. Let us read. Let's go back again to the reflections coming from your classmates. From Sophia, we should be willing to sacrifice for someone we love. From Aliana, the true spirit of giving involves sacrifice and generosity, and that counts more than the external value of the gift. Next, from Angel, sincerity and love are considered in giving gifts to someone, so the price would not matter, but what matters the most is your desire to give and share to others. From our love makes you do surprising things. So I really like this. Very short but substantial. What else? The irony is that their gifts can't be used anymore. Very good. Because they sold the items which the gifts were supposed to pair with. Such as that pricey hair clip, di ba? Given by or as a gift presented by Jim, and then in exchange then for that is Della cut her hair, sold it in order for her to buy um, how do we call this? Katong something a pocket watch for Jim's watch. So that's the irony in the story. From Kate, when loving a person, you would do anything and sacrifice everything just to satisfy and make your loved ones happy. Whose answer I have not read yet? Okay, from Candy, Della cuts and sells her hair to buy Jim a chain for his watch, and Jim sells his watch to buy Della combs for her hair. So that's the twist, or like the surprise ending in the piece of or in the selection rather. So time check is already 2:27 p.m. I will be giving everyone we will dismiss the class at exactly 2:45, right? So I think more than na kayo ang remaining time for you to answer the worksheet or the module for this. Let me think. Should we discuss the grammar lesson or should I give the remaining time for you to answer the module? Mag-think sa ako. Okay, we're quite late naman po of one session. Yes, let's read this realization coming from Isa. If you love the person, you would do anything to make him or her happy, even if it means giving up on something we love. Baka-realize ko sa answer ni Isa because this Christmas or katong Christmas lang, I did not receive a gift from my boyfriend and then he told me nga daghan ka siyang nagasto so na-hurts ko. But then I am learning from Isa because Isa just said if you love the person, you would do anything to make him or her happy even if it means giving up on something we love or something we really value. So I should have said that to my boyfriend ba. Why did he not give me um a gift? Just because daghan daw siya gastos, wala na lang ko niya gitagaan gift. That means to say I am not a priority, di ba? Bitaw. So, I think we should now check who have not submitted yet their answers for the last question. What is the moral of the story? Let's read the answer of Ian. Ian, I'm waiting for your answer. Ian, who else? Janessa, are you done? Okay, hinay daw ang net nila. Um, Ian, but still Ian, if you can submit your answer, please submit it here. So time check again. It's already 2:30 p.m. You still have 25 minutes to do the remaining task, which is to answer the module G9ENG 2302, the gift of the Magi. So allow me to reopen that one again. And also the verbals. Out of 20 students, only 17 were able to submit. So those three people who have not yet taken that quiz, I will be giving you a second chance until today only or until 2:45 to answer that one. Are we fine with that? Okay, so I will be monitoring the submission. So please do your module and to those three nga wala nakasubmit, please answer the quiz now. Okay, I will reopen it on the highwayman.
Yes, Chair. Thank you kayo, Chair.
Okay. Hello Sophia, please PM me. I will send to you the copy of the module. Please check what's on my presentation. Out of 21, sorry, out of 20 students for verbals, only 18 have taken the test, I mean the quiz. For the gift of the Magi, for this task, 5 pang nag-submit. Please check if you're done or you have not yet started. Please use this time for you to do these tasks. Thank you. Hello, class. To those who are done with the two tasks, you may now have your recess. Thank you.